Yes, I'm back at it again. And no, they didn't pay me to do this. Yet. Maybe, I don't know. You may recall back in October that the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild sent me 3 games as review codes. Well, since then, they've given me 2 more to do, and I've been meaning to find a spare time to do it. And now seems like that time. Again, thank you QA Guild. So, without further ado, let's do. The first game is called Roundguard, developed by Wonderbelly. I received this one last Christmas, when I gave you my heart. Funny thing is that this game was released 9 months prior. They sent me it on time for this winter update that was going on for limited time. I didn't play it around that time, so oops. But first, a little history lesson. Wonderbelly was founded by the couple Andrea and Bob Roberts, along with their friend Kirk Lloyd. They worked in AAA games, along with making some indie games of their own in their spare time. After making Hieronymus Bash, a dodgeball game with Smash Brothers-like physics, that honestly sounds cool, they really liked the idea of making a physics-based game tactical, so they wanted to do another one. And then, one day while Andrea was sipping away on her brainstorming mug, she said, Peggle RPG. The heck is Peggle? Oh, right, that. What made you put those 2 words together? Are you secretly a mere motorbike? So yeah, they decided to build RPG elements around a pachinko game and its arcade-like gameplay and randomness. I've never played a pachinko game, so what do you want me to say? And, well, here's the game. Thanks for your time, Andrea. The story goes something like this. Castle Springbottom has been taken over and the king is missing. And so it's now your job to save the day. Okay, that was simple. So the objective of the game is to make it from one room to the next. And the only way to do that is to get rid of all of these enemies. To do that, you will need to catapult yourself into all of these enemies. And once they're gone, you get rewarded with gold and it's on to the next room. The thing is, you and your opponents have health bars and attack powers. When you collide with one, you both will pretty much attack each other. I'm just realizing this is very much like Fire Emblem. At least I think it's Fire Emblem. I don't play much Fire Emblem. Luckily, there will be potions all around the room to heal you and bring your mana back up. Speaking of which, you also get 2 special attacks that do various things like shooting an arrow or making yourself invulnerable for a second. At its core, it's very simple. However, if you don't plan your attacks carefully, you will die very quickly. There are different enemy types, items that can cause status effects. Even the floor can be unsafe, so it's not just a matter of where to shoot, it's when. Think of this like Angry Birds, but you're only using one bird, you're going downwards, and there are health bars. There's also so much replay value. The main adventure is short, but there's plenty of different paths to take, so it's highly unlikely that your next playthrough will be the same. There's also daily and weekly challenges with certain conditions. I always appreciate stuff like that. The whole game is in the style of a stage. That's it. I do really like the small humor during the tutorials though. Someone who is invulnerable can't take any damage, obviously. There's usually a catchy jingle with it too, but there doesn't seem to be one in this game. Licensing reasons, perhaps? Lady. The Can song is free to use. As for how the game looks and sounds, it's alright. Though for some reason I'm getting occasional Little Big Planet vibes with the soundtrack. Odd. And that's Roundguard. What do I think of it? It's surprisingly great. I was really caught off guard, no pun intended, with how addicting this game is. And with its replay value, there's a good reason to come back for more. Don't let the Angry Bird looking gameplay fool you. This game is really good. But now it's time for a question. Do you like space? Do you like otters? Do you like Charlie?
Ow, Charlie! Ow!
Well, then I've got the game for you. Space Otter Charlie by Wayward Distractions. Am I just dumb? I've got to be honest. Looking at the trailer alone caught my attention. So, how is it? How about we dive in and find out? Oh, cool, another story. In the 26th century, humans left the Earth and journeyed into space. Why? Who knows, we've got to make some space jumps somehow. So with no humans around, the animals, including otters, were enjoying the peace and quiet. That is until they discovered that the Earth was getting too hot, possibly due to global warming. So the otters decided to get out there themselves in search of a new home. One problem though, once they were in orbit, they ran out of fuel. Rough startup. So you as Charlie must travel through various planets and ships, explore the place, and do whatever the objective tells you to do. You know what? I like it. And you know what else I like? Their gameplay. Guys! Space physics never gets old no matter what. You jump from wall to wall with no way of moving other than your jetpack with limited fuel. This is a restriction that's very well thought out. If you're not careful, you could end up floating into a hazard. You also get a gun to kill enemies, because otters love to kill. But this, combined with the limited jetpack fuel, opens up for some pretty good puzzles. The whole game isn't a puzzle, which I'm a bit thankful for, but what there is good. There's also quite a few collectibles to find for the sake of making the journey easier, as well as costumes that not only make you look cool, but adds their own exclusive gun with it. My favorite is the Tron one. I mean, look at it! This is straight up Tron, and I love it. And there are even some random notes including otter facts, and I'm starting to think this guy just really loves otters at this point. And I don't know why, but I just really enjoy exploring each and every inch of this game, collecting everything. Probably the Spyro fanboy in me, but you know. And I find the bosses pretty good. They're nothing to write home about, but I found the first boss tricky at first. And as for the final boss, well, I'm just gonna keep that spoiler to myself, but the end game is really good. And I do really enjoy the interactions with Charlie and his crew. They're not much, but it's charming. Although the fact that they're fine with putting Charlie at extreme risk, poor guy. And that's Space Otter Charlie. What do I think of it? It's really good. So good that I think they should do a sequel. The space physics, the small puzzles, the collecting, the costume, this otter dance I did. It's amazing. The only flaw that I have is that it's sometimes difficult to aim when using the controller, though that could just be my crappy USB controller. So yeah, these two games are worth checking out at the very least. I had a really good time with them. Sorry this video is even shorter, but I hope you've enjoyed it in some way. As for the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild, psst, sign here. This is nothing but, you know, just sign here. Don't look at your bank account afterwards. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Just, it'll help me out, you know. I could finally get that Virtual Boy console I've always wanted. Hey, thanks for watching again. Sorry it's short. I've been recording this bit after I recorded the other one. Again, sorry it's short, and sorry this one took a while. A lot has happened, and I kinda needed some sort of stopgap, so, and I've been meaning to do those two games, but I was kinda surprised that I was really enjoying them. I don't know. Anyway, I can guarantee you that between now and Christmas, there'll be reviews on games that, well, not sure how to say it, but I'm pretty sure these will be pretty good reviews. I hope. And if you want some sort of insider of what reviews is going to be, this is not going to be the next one, but one of the reviews is a Sonic game that's glitchy. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this on social media, follow me on social media, support me on Patreon if you can. And I'm gonna eat. I'll see you later.